Hi, in this class, I will teach you how to make a pendulum swing in Photoshop. So off this one over here. So you on the keyboard, go to your tools panel, right click and select the rectangle tool. So I will draw my rectangle here, something like this. So I will change the color to brown. I will zoom in a little bit. Then I will do another rectangle somewhere around here. Give it black. Right click on your layers panel, create clipping mask. So I'll come to the properties over here, come to mask, on the feather type 12. So I'll come to the opacity and type in 30. So I'll select the main one, then I'll create another rectangle below. So black, then I'll come to the properties again, go to mask, then on feather I will type in 7. So V on your keyboard for your move tool. So I'll come back to the one below and I'll go to the opacity and type in 50. So press enter. So we are done with the top. So I'll select everything, right click, convert to smart object. So I'll rename it as the wood. So you on the keyboard again, I'll zoom out a little bit, then do another one like this. Change the color to brown. So I'll come to my tools panel, right click to select the ellipse tool. I'll do a perfect circle. So to make a perfect circle in Photoshop, you will left click, drag and hold shift on your keyboard. Left click, drag and hold shift on your keyboard. So I'll change the color to blue like this. And to reduce the size of the circle, you press Ctrl T on your keyboard, hold Alt, then you can reduce the circle to any length that you want. So this one will be okay for us. Now I will zoom in. I will zoom in like this. Then I'll create another circle at the top. I'll create another one like this. So I'll come to fill and select no color. So I'll come to stroke, select black, then by the side I'll type in 5. So V on my keyboard, Ctrl T, hold Alt and reduce the size of the circle. Then press enter. So I'll move the circle up a little bit, somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere around here. I'll zoom out again. Now I'll go to my align tool. I'll come to the align, go to selection, canvas. Then I will align it to the middle. I'll select this one over here, align it to the middle, select this to the middle, while the wood over here to the middle. So I'll zoom in again. I'll select the one here. I'll press P on my keyboard, then hold Ctrl to select the point at the top. Then the arrow key facing the top, I'll use the arrow key to move the point up like this. So I'll press U on my keyboard and I'll select the circle over here. I'll reduce the size, Ctrl T, hold Alt, then reduce the size a little bit again to something like this. So enter on your keyboard. So I'll press P on my keyboard, then come back to this one over here. Then I'll create a point at the middle of these 2 points. So while selecting your pen tool, you come to the line at the top, then create a point there. So with the arrow key, I'll move the points up 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So I'll press V on my keyboard. Then I'll scroll out. So this one here, I will name it as A. The ball over here, I will name it as B. While the circle at the top, the black one, I will name it as hook. H-O-O-K. Enter on the keyboard. So the hook, I'll bring the hook below A. Then I'll take the wood, which is the top, above B, something like this. Then I'll select the hook, right click, convert to smart object. Then select A and B, right click, convert to smart object. So rename it as A. So I'll select the wood and the hook with the A together. So click on the wood, hold shift, then click on hook to select everything. Then Ctrl G to group everything. Then I will name it as swing. So we are done with the pendulum swing tutorial in Photoshop. We are going to do the animation in our next class. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.